Hey guys, so it's the new year, and what is the most popular New Year's resolution? Probably to get healthy and lose weight. So I am making this video here today to help you with these goals, not just for the new year, but let's try to make it for the rest of our lives, okay? Let me start by saying that I recently turned 53. I've been vegan for almost 4 years, and I stopped drinking alcohol 6.5 years ago. I've never smoked, and honestly, I look and feel better now than I did like 10 years, maybe even 20 years ago. So the first thing that you are gonna have to do is stop eating the way that you always have. I know this sounds like common sense, but it's true. You honestly can't continue eating garbage, smoking, drinking, leading a sedentary life, and expect things to change. It's not gonna happen. It's time to stop the excuses and get real about seriously wanting to change your life and improve your health. You have to change your mindset and erase everything that you've previously been told that you need to do to improve your health. Now, let's be clear, I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I drank excessively my entire life. And doing so made me bloated, puffy, sick, lazy. Drinking always leads to mindless eating for me. Mindless drunk eating, like huge and ridiculous amounts of crap food, which always ended up in next day hungover trips to McDonald's for double cheeseburgers, fries, and a chocolate shake, or going to the diner for a big plate of bacon and eggs and hash browns, because all that grease is gonna make me feel better, right? Let's think about that for a second. Does that even sound normal? But yeah, I did it. I did it all the time. Definitely doesn't sound too healthy, but I think that we all convince ourselves that this is true. So living this constant life of terrible eating and drinking led, for me, to a huge weight gain and various health issues. Despite the whole red wine is healthy and good for you BS, alcohol does nothing beneficial to your health, mind, or body. So the first thing you need to do this year to get on the path to health is cut out the alcohol. I know that might sound unrealistic or devastating to some of you, but I can tell you from years and years and years of experience, this is crucial. Just try it for 1 month. You will feel better, and I guarantee you'll lose a couple pounds too, so there's a bonus. The next thing to cut out of your diet is processed foods. I know that they seem convenient, but they're full of chemicals. We all know this, right? If you read the label, which is something you really need to start doing if you aren't doing it already, they are packed full of huge amounts of sodium, sugar, and fat. And honestly, they really have no nutritional value. Now, do I ever eat processed foods? Oh yeah. So this is now my personal resolution this year, to cut out the processed foods. I've already started doing it in the past month, and I lost 6 pounds, and I feel great just from 1 month of cutting out processed foods, okay? So once you start eating real food, you start to realize how gross and unappealing processed food really is. Trust me, it takes time, but it'll happen. So you know the next thing that I'm going to suggest is that you stop eating animal products. Yes, meat, dairy, eggs, fish. Yes, I know this probably sounds almost impossible, but you can do it, okay? I'm gonna tell you a little story. Once I quit drinking, I had lost some weight and I started exercising and I thought I was pretty healthy, but there were still a lot of underlying health issues that I was experiencing. The first one was that I was always bloated and constipated. Yep, I said it. I could not poop, ever. I would go a week at a time. It was awful. I know that's too much information, but we're just keeping it real here. So the doctors always told me to add more fiber to my diet. So I tried doing that, and I tried poop teas and poop drinks and poop cereals. Yay! Nothing worked for me. It was awful. I was always in pain and my intestines were really messed up. So I went to doctors for years with this issue. I had a colonoscopy, all this stuff. I don't know, they couldn't seem to figure out what was the problem. Why can't Sandy poop? Okay. The second issue was severe chronic cystic acne. I had this condition since I was a teenager, continuing into my 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I mean, it was bad, like huge, painful cysts. And anyone that has never had acne, they don't understand how mentally and physically debilitating this really is. Like, I mean, I would go to bed every night praying that it would be better in the morning, and it never was. Like, I literally would get up and look in the mirror. This is no word of a lie. I used to have my hands like this, and I'd slowly put them down to just see how bad my face was going to be that day. What are we dealing with today? There were times when I would just stay in bed. There was times when I missed work. I missed social events. Like, it really affected my life, and it really affected my self-esteem. I never left the house without makeup, like not even to the corner store, not even for a walk, never. Like, and I'm sure people thought that I was vain, when in fact it was the exact opposite. I felt gross, I felt ugly, I was insecure, and I literally spent thousands of dollars over the years on prescription medications and products. Nothing ever got rid of it, and I felt cursed. Like, the dermatologist and doctors never suggested changing my diet. Oh no, just try a new drug, try some new pills, some new cream, a new gel, like cha-ching, cha-ching. Yeah, don't be fooled by that, okay? Then one night I turned on Netflix. So this was going back like almost 4 years ago. And I watched What the Health. It was just random. And I'm sure a lot of people have watched it, and it explains the direct correlation between what we put into our bodies and how it affects our health. Now, I know we've all heard the expression before, you are what you eat, but this documentary took it to a whole new level for me. The health benefits to a vegan lifestyle were astonishing, honestly. Like lower blood pressure, lower blood sugar, diabetes prevention or reversal, weight loss, clear skin, improved kidney function, cancer prevention, lower risk of heart disease, reduced arthritis, just to name a few, okay? So I was hooked. I started binge watching and researching everything that I could find on veganism. The information on clearing up my acne by eliminating dairy, that was what really drew me in. And I knew I had to try that, if nothing else. Like, I was so excited. I was gonna make a major life change, and it was gonna be amazing, and I was gonna have clear skin, and I was gonna be able to poop, and it was just gonna be awesome. And the first 5 days were awful. They were awful. I will be honest. I had a headache. I was nauseous, bloated, constipated. My skin was breaking out even more. And I was like, what the heck is going on? I was devastated. Why wasn't this working? Like, I'm taking their advice. I'm trying to do it the healthy way, and it's not working for me. So I was really getting frustrated and discouraged. But I had vowed to try it for 2 weeks. I'm like, I have to at least give it 2 weeks, right? So by day 6, I was starting to feel better, and eventually my body started embracing the healthy changes. The hardest part for me personally was the dairy. I thought I could never live without dairy. I mean, I ate so much cheese, yogurt, ice cream, butter, cream cheese, sour cream, cottage cheese, milk. Like, it was crazy, okay? That shit is addictive. Let me tell you that right now. You would be shocked to know how many everyday items at the grocery store contain dairy, things you would never think of. That's why I am a psycho label reader when I go to the grocery store. I am checking out everything to make sure that it doesn't contain dairy. Then when I researched it more, And I found out not only how much pain and suffering that the animals were going through, but how much harm I was doing to my own body. It was a no-brainer. I knew I could never consume dairy products again. I know that that might sound extreme. It was kind of like the same as when I said I'm never going to take another drink again. You just think, oh my God, like how am I ever going to live? But honestly, research it. You won't want to have dairy. I'm telling you right now. People have this misconception that we need dairy, right? We need dairy for calcium and strong bones. And why do we all believe that? Maybe it's because that's what the dairy industry has paid thousands of dollars in advertising and media and school programs and everything else and told us our whole lives, and we're programmed to believe it. Just know this, that dairy contains pus, saturated fat, and bacteria. It causes inflammation, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, and increased acne. Ding, ding. It's not good for you. Okay, it's time to eliminate meat. You can do it. You have to do it, okay? So if not for the animals, just think of it though. Do you actually believe that dead, decomposed cow, pig, and chicken flesh is good and essential for your health, for you to be healthy? Do you honestly believe that? Meat products are one of the most difficult foods for the human body to digest because the protein contained in meat is harder for us to break down and makes your stomach empty slower, which also causes, you guessed it, bloating, discomfort, and constipation. Our bodies are not meant to process animal flesh. We have food literally rotting and fermenting in our colons and intestinal tracts. How gross is that? All factory farmed beef, chicken, pork, dairy products, they're all filled with antibiotics, steroids, hormones, pesticides. They're high in fat, especially saturated fat. And eating all that saturated fat raises cholesterol levels, and high cholesterol raises your risk of heart disease. So do you see anything healthy in that? Not really. So what about fish? Everyone thinks fish is healthy. Fish is okay, right? Again, this was a very difficult one for me because I grew up eating fish. I loved fish. I always thought fish was super healthy. Like, what is wrong with fish? Okay, wrong. Think about this. Think about how dirty and polluted our lakes and rivers and oceans are. Would you just drink the water directly from there? Probably not, but you're eating the fish that live there. So does that really make sense? Plus, the mercury levels in the fish are harmful. Why do you think they tell you not to eat it if you're pregnant? You're putting that into your bodies. And like, no wonder I couldn't poop for years if the doctors would have only told me to stop consuming animal products. Lastly, what about eggs? Well, the fat and cholesterol found in eggs can harm heart health and lead to prostate cancer, colorectal cancer, and diabetes. So eggs, it's really not what's for breakfast anymore. So if you're still watching, and I hope you are, you're probably wondering, what the hell am I supposed to be eating? Most people assume that vegans only eat grass, or salad all the time, and that is so far from the truth. You have to expand your palate outside of beef, chicken, and pork. There are so many delicious and amazing foods out there. Why would you just settle for these 3 unhealthy options over and over again? It sounds kind of boring to me. I know you're gonna ask me next, what about protein? Where do you get your protein? I need to have protein. Okay, whole natural foods, honestly, like chickpeas, beans, spinach, they contain more protein than a single chicken breast. Yeah, like it's true. I'm not just eating a block of tofu and some lettuce, trust me. Now, that being said, I was a pretty lazy cook. I did not know anything about spices or staples to have in your cupboard, you know, essential things that cooking revolves around. Didn't know about those things. So yeah, I probably would have been one of those people just eating a salad until I expanded my horizons and did some research and got off my ass and decided to actually cook some good healthy meals for myself. And meal prepping is huge too. Like, I mean, if you meal prep something for a few days, you have it, cut up your vegetables, you know, have it ready in the fridge. They're all simple things, but honestly, they make things quick and easy and nutritious, and there's no excuses. There's just no excuses anymore, people. So these are some of the things that I find essential, like for spices and things like that. Nutritional yeast, definitely. Black salt, paprika, soy salt, agave syrup, maple syrup, cheese seeds, flax seeds, onion powder, garlic powder, dill, peanut butter, and my new favorite is Better Than Bouillon. If you haven't heard of this or tried this product, it's amazing. It makes everything taste delicious. I highly recommend it. It is so good. These items are key. After all, now if you think about it, just a plain piece of meat, like just a plain chicken breast with no seasoning, like it's pretty bland. So it's the same thing for vegetables and tofu and rices and pastas and everything else. You've got to add the spices and the flavor, and that's where the taste comes from. It's not just from like a chicken breast. It's not from a piece of tofu. It's from what you decide to do with it, how you decide to prepare it, how you're cooking it. There's so many recipes. I'm getting excited. Okay, so now I find I've tried all new kinds of spices, sauces, marinades, and they're amazing. Plus, the food I prepare now, it's packed with flavor. So much flavor, I'm telling you. It's colorful, it's fresh, it's delicious. And also, there's so many misconceptions that vegan food's expensive. Oh my God, it's so expensive. I would never be able to afford to eat like that. How can you afford it? I get that all the time. But think about it. Rice, beans, tofu, lentils, potatoes, whole grains, pasta, fruit, and veggies are some of the most inexpensive items out there. Now, the processed mock meats and cheeses, like vegan items, they can get expensive, definitely. And when I first became vegan, I bought a ton of the fake meat, cheese, ice cream, etc. because I felt like I had to replace what I had been eating previously with a vegan version. But you know, you really don't. This is fine for transitioning, but it's still not healthy. It's not healthy at all. I would rather try a new recipe than to have a processed burger. Not that they're not tasty and not that they're not delicious, because they are, trust me. But if the goal here is to get healthy, then that's not the best choice. So I know that this has been a lot of information, but I truly want to help people get healthy. Like, let's boost our immune systems. Let's look better. Let's feel better. Let's get healthy, okay? So I plan on making a video or some videos about what I eat in a day, what I eat in a week sort of thing, like meal plan, also a typical week of grocery shopping, and then of course some more cooking videos, which I know you guys just love. And as far as exercise goes, honestly, here's my secret. It is essential to get moving. Go outside, take a walk, get some vitamin D, get some fresh air, surround yourself in nature. I'm telling you, just move your body. Get out there. I personally practice yoga every day. That's what does it for me. I mean, just whatever you can do to just get your body moving, get some fresh air, that'd be awesome. The yoga for me, it's helped with flexibility, balance, toning, mental health, and weight as well. So I hope you guys all enjoy this video and find some valuable information to take away with you on your brand new journey to getting healthy. And I hope to see you all soon. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. Love you. Mwah.